Welcome back to Disco, guys. I've decided I'm going to commit to being in character. I'm going to be wearing any horrendous shirt or tie that I can find. I've got a fairly normal tie, but with a pretty horrendous shirt. I think every man's got some sort of tragic patterned shirt in their wardrobe somewhere. I've broken this one out. I haven't worn this. I think I wore this like once. Okay, so we made a great start in the game last time. We got in character. We're going to get in character again. We met our partner Kim. We learned about Revachol. We learned that there's lots of stuff that's going on in this world. We've been on a kind of 3-day bender for whatever reason. I don't know why. We've damaged our room. We've got on the bad side of the barkeeper here, who hates being called a bartender even. We're investigating a murder. We're missing a shoe. Our tie is talking to us. Only things I need to do. I need to look in the mirror at some point. I just kind of want to sober up a bit first, right? Or just, get a bit of a better idea of how things are going. I have a feeling that things are going to be time sensitive. They're going to really respect. If someone gives us a time warning, we're going to have to adhere to that. And I'm wasting time talking right now. So we've got a bunch of stuff to do. We need to go and report our badge missing, find out where we live. We need to go and check this body out, which Kim wants us to do first. Yeah, we're missing a shoe, I understand. And we could do with looking in the mirror, but we've got a skill check to do first. Sorry, I went into the wrong menu. And we need to... I've had a look over the stats again. Sorry to chat on an intro again, but you guys gave me a bit of feedback, and just from looking at it, it seems like there's kind of 3 general approaches. From looking over the skills again, I think it seems like there's maybe like a physical approach where we can kind of bully our way through using, authority, using our physical stats, using that kind of thing. We can kind of logic our way through, gathering evidence, which I don't really think we're going to have the intelligence for. Or we can kind of feel our way through and talk to people, which is obviously what we're going for. So I think savoir-faire, electrochemistry, a bit of suggestion, empathy, with mixed in with drama maybe. I think that's the way to go. So I'd like to, because our shirt is... Oh no, it's not our shirt. Oh, right, these flare-cut trousers. They're affecting our savoir-faire. I'd like our savoir-faire to be quite high. Oh, no, it's raising our electrochemistry, though. Interesting. Inland Empire, obviously. Esprit de corps for the jacket. -1 suggestion. Right, we need to get rid of that. Okay. So, we do have... I thought we had, like, a skill check here. Yeah. Here we go. So, Lonesome Long Way Home. So we'll gain 1 encyclopedia from our factual memory returning. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over, get up, get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor tract, the A81, until you reach Le Domaine Mien in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. Okay, so research time 6 hours. Okay, so is that dangerous pressing that? Or is that just like tracking it? Does that start the timer or something? I'm not sure. I'll deal with that later. We need to get into things a bit more, right? Because I think we're pretty much still in the tutorial phase. All right, Kimmy. My friend. I'm going to look in the mirror at some point, just not now. I don't know where I'm going to find my shoe. Summer door closed for the winter. Oh, how the hell do we get out? Is that where you were stood over there, Kim? I don't think we can use this door. Yep. Okay. The thing that's making me apprehensive about this game, because it's got such all-encompassing choice, but it is technically an open world game, right? So it's really kind of It's always nerve-wracking. It's always nerve-wracking. Is this our first look at Revachol? A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. Oh, and what I meant to do, I think I've already done it, but I wanted to make the text, so yeah, text size large, because it'll be quite small if you're watching on a phone or something like that. The street sign reads, "Fuck the police." Great, that's a good sign. Pigs go home. The street name is illegible. Okay, so we've got a kind of slight fog of war kind of thing. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. The way it's written, I can't tell how American or how English the dialogue seems. At times it sounds really British English, and at times it sounds a bit Americanized. Welcome to Revachol. Where is your car, Kim? I keep calling him Kit for some reason. We've got a map, haven't we? Okay, there's our skills. Our suggestion's gone down, which I don't like. I'm sure we had a... Yep. Mapping complete. Acquire a copy of the city map. Oh. Oh, right. That was a skill check we could have done in our room, right? With the window. Yeah, I'm going to do them a bit more. I'm not going to have my XCOM head on for percentages. I'm just going to go for stuff a bit more, I think. Some great tectonic force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell. I found it really interesting about the political situation, how there's not like a central ruling government, how we're being controlled by several countries, because this city was like maybe designed as some sort of utopia perhaps, or a different political structure that scared people. Can you tell us where? Yeah, let's talk to Kim for a second. Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Everything. Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing. Would you say this is a mysterious case? If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case? And actually, I have all I need. Anything, please.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
The guy behind the counter thinks some union people hanged a man.
Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you?
Yeah. Brief. Yeah, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
A security guard. And it's an anonymous caller as well, whereas the bartender said it was the lady his colleague who usually tends the bar at night.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Okay, so maybe Kim's been sent here on behalf of a corporation, maybe? The logistics company is called Wild Pines. Where's my notes? There's my notes. Wild Pines. Maybe Kim's working for them. Because like that thing said, we're from different precincts. Yeah, does the briefing say who he actually was, the victim?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why? There's a name for, when there's a place on strike, they hire people, and the people who go in, they've got like a nickname for them, haven't they? I can't think what it is. Yeah. Okay, why don't we know anything about the
They
caller?
didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves? I mean, they might hide themselves if they are one of the union workers themselves, if it was them who have taken part in this. Maybe they don't partly agree, but they don't want to put themselves in danger.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez.
Right.
Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Okay, so they're pretty much like a self-policing, pretty much a gang, I guess. What is the RCM?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Militia?
We're
Wow.
the police in this city.
Oh, that's us? Oh, right. But the dock workers' union is like the police here. Okay, I've got it.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Okay, it's going to be a problem me asking so many questions and looking at so much stuff because we've got to pay this guy by the end of the day, right? Would you say that this is a mysterious case, Kim?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
The lieutenant considers your question a moment before answering. Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
What if we want it to be more mysterious? I was thinking something otherworldly might be involved. You know, something supernatural. White male in his 40s, what more do you need? Personally, I think labour disputes are very mysterious. Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy? Labour disputes, yeah. Yeah, they could be. Yeah. Personally, I think labour disputes are very mysterious.
Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers' union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself.
The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbour, so they want a controlling stake in the company. Then they'd control the labour, and then they'd be just part of the problem. Like a vicious cycle, right?
Is this a strike, then? Or the first shots in a workers' coup?
Yeah, it sounds like a workers' coup.
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case.
Yeah, it sounds like an attempted coup, Kim.
Strike, coup, revolution, it's brigandage, however you parse it.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
Okay, so we've got rhetoric. We're not that high in rhetoric, but it's reared its head. Okay, option 1. We should ground the workers into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. 2. We should ground the owners into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. Autocracy. Communism. With this little foreknowledge, I'm unsure which side to grind into pig's feet. The decision must ferment in me. Also, nationalism. 4. I don't think grounding one or the other side into pig's feed will do anyone favours. I'm really, really smart. I've spent the last 20 seconds deciding... 20 seconds, that's wishful thinking. I've spent the last 20 seconds deciding on which side to ground into pig's feed. Why? I mean, I kind of think number 4, but I'm not going to come across as smug. I mean, neither of them need to die, I guess. I mean, a hierarchy has to exist, right? In almost all forms of human life, a hierarchy needs to exist. Nothing can be owned by the people, and the people can never be owned by anyone, right? There's always going to be some sort of power struggle. People are going to try and take advantage, and at the end of the day, it's about balance. Some people have to lead, some people have to follow, as long as they're not taking advantage of each other in some way. Yeah, I don't think grinding them into pig's feed. Did he say that? He didn't say. He never mentioned pig's feed. Yeah, option 4.
When I said we have to navigate community matters, I did not mean we have any say in them.
True.
I meant we should be careful. If we are not, the shit will blow right in our faces.
Yep. He makes a quick gesture towards his visage, where the shit would blow. Yeah, right in our face.
From an imaginary fan.
Okay. From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
So if we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case, Kimmy?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Okay, that's a bit of a cynical assessment, but fair enough.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
Okay. So he doesn't think that this case is important. He doesn't think that there's much complexity to it. It basically he feels like this is wasting his time. What do you mean, Kim?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
Don't remember being in on anything, or you know what I'm in on. Retrograde amnesia. Or tell me about it. Yeah, tell me about it, Kim.
It's stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
Seems relevant, mate. I think you should tell me now.
Later.
His
Was there
voice-
anything else you wanted to know about the case?
His voice is unflinching. Okay, he's really strong. Feels really strongly about that. All right, I've got all I need for
Good.
now. Now, I think you should know. I can't remember anything at all, Kimmy.
No response. He just arches his brow.
All right, forget it,
The
dude.
moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Yeah, he's not interested. I think we could ask him. We should ask him these after we've seen. Oh, sorry. After we've seen the body. All right, never mind. I don't know where we're going. Okay, apparently there's a pissing match, yeah, between Precinct 41 and Precinct 57. Oh, right, the precincts, okay. You need to pay for the damages. Okay, ask for additional funds from this precinct. We need to contact Sylvie. But we need to get the phone number off him. Got you. Alright, let's have a look around, talk to a few people. There are bottles inside, you could pick them up if you had a bag. What is this?
Viscos Lavantore mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Mail collection box. The Adventure.
A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Good box.
The box seems happy.
Sweet.
Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Don't speak French, dude. Man up. I've been there, mate. We've all been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
Okay, that would have recovered health, interestingly. What is all... It's a bookshop. Hello there.
Hello, sir. Step
Annette.
right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of store is this anyway? Is it okay if I ask you some questions? Not really. Now, what kind of store is this?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Oh, we failed what? Oh, we failed a roll. Don't be ridiculous. I know about all these
You're
things.
fooling nobody.
Don't you sass me.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
Is it alright if I ask you some questions, kid?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Who are you?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window and suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Huh. So does she not really work here? I don't think she really works here. Why are you standing out here in the
I'm
cold?
signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Alright, I'm sensing something fishy here.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help in some way? I should have a word with the store owner, maybe. Such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. Pat her on the head. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. It feels like we're being suckered into something, right? The fact that she like glanced and panicked for a second. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to help Mum out with the store.
She doesn't seem to understand what you said. Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't it more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
Can't argue.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Okay, she doesn't agree with it or she's lying. How's business?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You
Yeah.
sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
How is it cursed?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go,
Say nothing.
well, they run out of money and have to stop doing business.
I don't think curses are real, or this sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards on the window. This sounds rather
We
serious.
can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Okay. The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
She looks a bit disappointed. How does this curse appear?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
The lieutenant stands at your side, stern and serious.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
The girl looks back and forth between you two. Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Annette looks at your shaved, prickly chin. It distinctly contrasts with the oily mutton chops that surround it. Excuse me. Alright. What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
I love the music, man. Why are we being so obtuse with knowing basic things? Is our memory loss really that all-encompassing? Okay, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, you know.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. What does a policeman look like then, Annette?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy, then decided to live a little. Option 2, you know, nobody actually looks like the guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man. Number 3, it's not your body that's important in police work anyway, it's your mind. Wow, look at that guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen. Yeah. Number 3, it's all in the mind.
Head? Yes.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul. No, your mind.
Authority, reaction speed. Number 1, soul. That Mullen guy looks like a Hampelman. Who could respect that face? It's not even drawn correctly. He lacks soul. I really don't like any of the authority stuff. I've always had a bit of a problem with authority myself, but yeah, a Quicksilver mind. This Mullen guy looks like he needs a few hours just to come up with a single idea.
No, he's wicked smart in the stories.
Sure, when the author does all the thinking for him, real policemen have to think and act on their own.
Like you, sir. Of course. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Challenge, composure. Okay, I'm going to deduce something now. Interesting. So, anxious body language. We saw that she's cold and that she's afraid of the curse. Right, let's talk to her some more then. Man, this is interesting. I'm still getting to grips with everything we're doing, but the fact this is an open world game is just so scary, right? Got so much to do. It's great. What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady? Or what about when both of the men are bad? What about when everyone is poor? What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? It's enough romance for me. I had other questions. Yeah, what about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Yeah, sometimes you have to write about real life things though, Annette.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about
Suppose.
nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
Those are the worst kinds of stories. Now, what about the poor man getting the rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the Revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
Okay, I mean, a lot of romance novels kind of harkens back to what novels originally were, right? Because the novel itself is a medium that was invented by women in the 1800s. Didn't really exist before then. So that's kind of the roots of novel writing. Letters that were written between women who had been, married off to someone for land or for titles by their father, and they'd write these long letters to their friends in similar situations who'd had to marry a much older man just because it had been organized. What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
Okay, yeah. Chooses to be independent. What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? I like those.
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
I mean, a lot of my favourite stories end like that, to be honest. I mean, Never Let Me Go, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I'd characterise those as a book where the man and lady business doesn't really work out at all. Okay, so we could ask her mum. Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? Maybe I will.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure she can help out. Anything else you're curious about?
She smiles wide. That's enough romance for me. I've got other questions.
Maybe some about other books?
What about these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold, reddened cheek, then continues.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
It's a bit otherworldly, I suppose, going back to that kind of political, proper kings and queens.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it? Yeah, I guess that's true.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. Fame is for vain people. I've got better things to do. These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks. Fame sounds delicious. No. I don't know. I can't really say. I don't know. I don't really agree with any of these. Let's just say they're a bunch of dorks.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Never mind. I couldn't think of anything else.
Okay,
I didn't like that one. All right, let's give this a shot. Anxious body language, so she's called afraid of the curse. Okay, I'm going to deduce something.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Why do you keep your hands folded, Annette?
what do you mean, sir?
She looks wary.
She knows where this is going.
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. Or you can show them to me. Or actually, I'd rather not deduce anything. Every time I deduce, people get hurt. Yeah, I'm here to help.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them.
Is authority going to kick in here?
The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
Okay, it's raining now. It's okay.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
So you bite your nails.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
There were a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed.
She actually is impressed. This is more
Yeah.
like a defensive reflex.
What more? That I can figure out why you bite your nails. I've got a few reasons in mind. I don't know, it's weird because we maybe want to get something out of her to understand what's going on, whereas this I don't think is going to get us anywhere, right? So we don't know, this is kind of humiliating her though. Alright, let's go for this. I've got a few reasons in mind.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Okay, you're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she's putting on you. Number 2, rats have been nibbling on your fingers. Child labour in dismal working conditions. 3, chewed on nails means you're recycling your body material. 4, it's an intense dedication to the way of business. There are no riches without personal sacrifice. The only one that's specific to everything we've learnt about is this. The rats, no. Recycling, no. This is the... Let's go for this. Seems awfully Freudian of us here to be saying this to a child, but alright. You're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she's putting on you.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Dismay flickers in her eyes. She sighs. Either way, another ace deduction by the #1 detective in town. I hope this entertains you.
It was okay, sir.
She's still got a rebellious streak.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You think so? Fine. Do better. Deduce something about me.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
And I'm having a grand time.
I sure hope you are, sir.
She rubs her red nose.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
Okay, we've got a 50% white roll. White check even. A white roll. Alright, sorry. That's a northern thing. Never mind. Right. What are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Hang on, so you know me. We've met before.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time.
She sways back and forth on her feet.
You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir. Telling people about being a star or something. I don't really understand who those stars are.
Being a star. Did I ever talk to you previously?
Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
She looks at you intently. Thanks, I'm trying.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
Alright, Kim, pipe down. The lieutenant slowly, ever so slowly, realises something.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
Party eyes?
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
She giggles at the thought.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too.
Yeah, that's bad.
Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics? The girl doesn't know what she's talking about. Forget about this. Do we really want to mention narcotics in front of the kid? But she doesn't know what she's talking about, so I feel like I have to say this. Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics?
Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with?
I didn't know I had to do that.
She looks puzzled. I don't really like this detective deduction game anymore. Thanks, I've learned something about myself
I'm
today.
glad I could help you, sir.
It's alright, Annette. Alright, bye. See you around, Annette. All that just talking to a girl in the street, man. That's like an entire episode. Got a few books here. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. This is a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. A book about Biaudero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. That sounds Portuguese. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. It's 1984, right? Right, I feel like we should go and investigate the before we like go in here or do any side quests. I think we should just get started by going in here, because this is where the murder victim is, right?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at this? What kind of vehicle drove through here? Reconstruct the movement. 28%. What kind of vehicle drove
Hard
through
to
here?
say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
And why am I looking at this?
Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think.
Okay. Reconstruct, let's give it a shot.
No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
So does that affect our health? Oh, Jesus, kid, what are you doing? The letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. Kid, what are you doing? There's a dead body here. Okay, so putting the crime scene together is going to be tricky, but we'll probably be able to glean more from talking to the people surrounding the scene, right? Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. Now, I just want to quickly check. Is the time on this gone? Yeah, it's 6 hours, 5 minutes. That is dwindling. So I feel like I'm going to check. No, I'm going to talk to the kid first.
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. Man, why'd you have to give the weird kid red hair? Always get portrayed this way. And he's talking about himself in the third person.
Oh yeah, Napa Gumpy Kuno.
Oh, is that his brother, Kunues? Yells the other kid behind the fence. Moment of your time, kids.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
We've got a scouser here. What's going on? Can't talk, pig.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
You see what now?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Yeah, there was a mention in electrochemistry about people who seek lightning. Lightning might be like a local substance or drug.
Kuno's riding it, see?
He wipes the sweat from his brow and sends another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
These can't be brothers. One's a Cockney and one's a Scouser.
The
What's
fuck
going
does
on?
Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Do you want to hang out? He already knows. He's already called us a pig. Are you guys related?
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
What? Did they really have to blur that out? Jesus. Kim?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What
You will
forces?
see.
I got questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Alright, La.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
The body, what do you know about it? About the crime scene? You kids often play in this yard? I got to ask, who is Kuno? Okay, I'm off. What about the body?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
So I'm just trying to think what he's going to throw back at us. We already kind of know who he was. He might just say he got lifted up there. Anyone suspicious, he'd probably say us. So how did it get up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
You didn't see anything?
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay. Where did you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking
He looks around trying to come up with something.
Mesco or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Alright, about the body.
Yeah. Kuno didn't smoke him if that's what you mean.
He draws snot up his nose. Anyone suspicious?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Told you he was going to say that.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty Kuno.
You know who he was?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
You could have just said you didn't know, kid.
Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone.
Alright, let's talk about
You're
something else.
testing Kuno's patience, yeah.
Kid, you are asking for a slot.
Get lost.
Wow, they actually did they? I'm surprised that they're blurring this out. I want to discuss the body with you again. About this crime scene. Do you often play here? Who's Kuno? We know who Kuno is. About the crime scene.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
I might have questions later. For now, let's talk
Yeah,
about something
whatever.
else.
Kuno doesn't give a shit.
He spits over his shoulder, then looks back up at you. I want to discuss the body with you again. I have more questions about the crime scene. Alright, I've got to ask who's Kuno.
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs. So you refer to yourself in the third person? Kuno, is that some kind of gang name? Got it. I had another question. Yeah, I'm going to berate him a
The
bit.
fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's going to put his hands on you.
What? The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm. This is really bad.
Help! Pig's got Kuno.
Oh no! The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
I'm not doing anything, see? Just answer the questions. Right, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Man, the descriptions of the game warned me about interacting with teenagers and I learned nothing.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass.
Yeah,
Don't listen.
whatever.
Just go.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to inspect the scene, but...
There are several footprints in the mud. left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of
Heavy
boots?
workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard.
So maybe several of them brought him here, but it's been several days. People could have walked over to visit it, right?
Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Hey, Lieutenant, workers' boot tracks.
Noted.
The Lieutenant takes out his little notebook. Let's have a little look around first, because there's some other stuff to look at. Get out of the way, Kuno.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Oh no.
There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in here? I know he's a bit annoying. He's a bit too single-minded. He doesn't really want to be here. It's probably not a good idea to share this with him. I'll try and heed these instincts not to tell everything to Kim. But Lieutenant, what do you think?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yeah, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's extrasensory perception. Whatever's in there holds special significance. It's just a hunch. Maybe, yeah, it's just a hunch. I'm not going to tell him I'm talking to inanimate objects.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get it open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage,
Or
we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
okay, he's not going to want to help us. He's probably going to ask for more money. This kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. The ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. Okay, so we can't really climb up. So like a little greenhouse. Someone's trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. What have we got here? Money, magnesium. Sure. Real. We're going to need a lot more real to pay him off.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down there.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Endurance. Jeez. Legendary. Let go of your nose without throwing up. God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
There's no chance of that, dude. There's a chance of this one.
There are several footprints in the mud.
I'm
Left
sorry.
by work boot.
Yeah, I think we should just ask to see if we can get the keys, because it pertains to the investigation. We can maybe assert our authority a bit. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is
It's
it?
nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
I've got a 50-50. Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material?
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly.
Let's have a look.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Okay.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Let's go and ask for the key first, and then I'll come back. We're really on the clock. This is amazing. I was just saying in my Prey playthrough how I really appreciated the timers on stuff. You know, I feel like more games should stick to like their time warnings, like do this quickly, do this by the end of the day, get here at 6 o'clock, you know, and have real consequences for not getting to stuff. And obviously that's going to happen to us a lot in this game. Hey there, buddy.
Can I help you?
Yeah, the trash container.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
Fair enough.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
The union might be involved with
It
them.
seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
Trivial. I wonder,
Prod at him and find out.
doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor? I don't like that. It says trivial there as well. Or is that just the... Oh no, that's just like the difficulty rating, isn't it? Alright. I don't know, keep guarding your leftovers. It's understandable because it'd overflow. It's like when people have a skip on the front and then people start fly tipping in. Like there's laws against that. At least here there is. That's called fly tipping, you know. Like chucking stuff in another person's waste disposal. Yeah, we need the keys, mate.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
I can't remember what this was about. I've seen something here at the Whirling Guard. Thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the union.
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
Tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
He hates the union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
It's a shame you've got to suck up to the union to stay afloat. Let it go. You're above gratuitous baiting. I really don't like all the authority stuff. It seems really egotistical. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to bait
We
him.
should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
Okay, we have to wait till the evening.
We
then.
don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
Maybe I would have got more information out of him. That's maybe a mistake. Gart, I saw a sign that said I couldn't go in the kitchen. Why can't I go in the kitchen?
Cook now? That's none of your business.
But there may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with...
He changes his
Fine.
mind.
Okay, the kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
There's something else.
By the way, You should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Thing-based questionnaire. Right, let's leave him for now. Let's go look in the waste disposal. Hey, Lena. Is it Lena or Lena? I don't know. These, No, never mind. Right, let's go and have a look. Is Kuno gone? No. Let's get this open. Fucker shit himself. What are you talking about?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid, with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid.
I might not have the strength.
Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Hmm? Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it.
Sweat forms
Sweat
on
forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Wow, Inland Empire's like really confusing at times. Was it? It was Inland Empire that told us not to look in the mirror. Maybe it's like hiding truth from us. Let's look. I'm looking.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Okay.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Okay. Look under the boxes of
You
carton.
see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before.
Oh.
The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Used to what?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Dive
A
further.
box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Let's pick up the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Let's take him.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes?
Hmm.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the
the
container.
belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Oh, bag this shit.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
Yeah, and he had armor on to hide that he was working there.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Thrown out towel and mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Maybe we need to ask the kids, though.
What's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
Oh, no.
See?
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Let's search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge. and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
So Inland Empire's playing games with us here because it said don't look in here and it's saying don't look at this thing. What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Gonna cut ourselves, aren't we?
They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Something larger, a clipboard, a blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what it is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it.
Ah,
You've even got an autopsy form in there.
okay. We put the clothes in here. A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
One, it must have been cramping my style. Two, it must have been a foreboding. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone from the Whirling threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring. I'd rather not talk about it right now. I don't know. Maybe we killed the guy. I don't know.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say. That might have been a bad choice.
His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that. Say nothing. I don't know, man. Sounds like an order. I don't take those. I'm not going to say anything.
It will also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Anyway, where were we?
The lieutenant peers into the mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron,
An antique.
only in its social sensibility.
Let's take it.
Mm-hmm.
The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Right, that's all we're going to get.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
The lieutenant sounds relieved. Alright guys, I'm going to leave the episode there. These episodes are probably going to end up being like an hour each, I think. So, yeah. Alright, we talked to Annette. We can head into the bookshop at some point. I just want to investigate the immediate area. See if we can get to Kim's car maybe at some point. And we really need to do that time restricted quest. So we'll leave that there. Hope you enjoyed it. Just remember everybody, never trust an uncrate. I'll see you back in Revachol.